Oh yeah, join me again. Let's prepare porridge beans with plantain. So this is my beans, and I'm combining unripe and half ripe plantain. It's a very nice combo. Try it. So first of all, I'm going to be parboiling the beans so I can sieve out the any you know chemical, anything they use to preserve it. Because if I cook it without parboiling, I'm going to be experiencing a heartburn. So I usually parboil it before and sieve the water out, wash it before I prepare the beans. So this is me stirring to make sure that the water is enough to parboil. So I'll be using onions. I love lots of onions in my beans. It makes it very delicious. And of course, my pea chard fish. I love this fish so much. So this is my seasoning cube and dry pepper. You can use fresh one if you want. And of course, the best ingredient of the day, my palm oil. Oh dear, very lovely palm oil. And this is me covering the palm oil. So the next thing, this is my salt. I'm going to be using the salt. And the next item is my puree tomato, same thing as tin tomato in Nigeria. Okay, I'll be using about half of that. No, you're going to use all of them. Okay, I know you'll be shocked. Why tomato kwa? Don't worry. This is not your regular type of porridge beans. It's a special one. So now the beans is already parboiled. I'm going to sieve it out and wash it. Okay, so I've already washed it. Now I'm putting the water I'm going to use to cook the beans. See, is already getting done. So you just use your head to calculate how much water you need, because this is a brown beans. So some people can use honey beans depending on the type of beans you're cooking. This one done very quickly, so you have to be very careful the amount of water you're going to put. Okay, so I've covered it. Now the beans has cooked. Okay, it's almost like, yeah, it's already done, but I like it to be very smooth and like porridge, proper porridge. So this is the time I like to add my plantain. You might be looking at the beans and say that it's very dry. It's not really dry. Still have like a good amount of water in it. I'm going to show you shortly. So the amount of water it has will be enough to don the plantain. So this is it. I'm trying to mix it very well so the plantain will be done very well. I know you'll be wondering, why am I putting the unripe plantain and the half ripe plantain at the same time? The thing is, the plantain here, the unripe plantain here, is it cooks very easily, and especially because it's sliced small small, so you won't even, before you know it, is the same thing. The same time the half ripe will take is the same time the unripe will take. So I've poured the half ripe again. So I'm going to be stirring, mixing very well so that it will be done. Okay, so you can see that there are still a good amount of water in that beans. So this is the time I'm going to be adding my seasoning cube. So as the plantain is cooking, the maggi will sink very well. Okay, that is it. So I'm going to be adding two seasoning cube. Now you see that I cook a big portion of food is because I like to cook it and store in the fridge because I don't have the time to be cooking every day. Okay, so that's why I like to cook with big pots and store in the fridge. At least this one will last us for 3 to 4 days. Okay, so yeah, see the water. I'm trying to show you the water. You can see that there is still a good amount of water in there. The beans is really rising. This is about 3 cups of beans. This my own cup is different from yours, so don't worry about that. See, there's a good amount of water. I'm just trying to show you. So after mixing it very well, you have to cover it and allow it to cook. So while it's cooking, I forgot to show you my crayfish. This is my crayfish, of course. I need crayfish. So now you see that the beans and plantain is done now. You see now that porridge is already coming out. This is how I love it. It's very, 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 very soft. Okay, now I put my red oil or palm oil in a clean pot, because it's the scooping one. I'll allow it to melt. Everything is melted, but please don't allow it to bleach. It doesn't need to bleach, okay? And this is my loss of onion. And so you are I'm trying to stir the onions to mix very well with the oil. After that, I will allow it to fry a little bit. Of course, I'm going to add my seasoning cube as usual. That's my unique way of frying my onion, okay? And stir to mix very well. You can see now the onion is already scenting everywhere. I love plenty onions and my beans. It's very delicious. So next thing I'm going to do is to allow it to fry for some time. And I'm going to be adding my puree tomato. I'm going to be using about half of that, like I told you. So after adding, I'm going to see, I'm just showing you that I use half of that. Okay, I'm going to be mixing it very well and allow to fry as well. Now this is my dry pepper. I know you'll be wondering, you haven't added pepper. So this is the time I add my pepper and stir to mix. So I'm very careful with pepper because of my little boy. Of course, he need to enjoy with me as well. Okay, so this is my peachard. This peachard, it's too sweet. Like, I don't know the species of fish. I don't know this peachard. I would like to see the big peachard. I don't know how it tastes, but this one is more delicious than the sardine, I swear. It's more delicious than sardine. So this is me. My peachard is already. I like to pieces it because I just want to have the taste in me. So I'm adding my crayfish now and fry it. This combo now, you can use it to eat your rice. Is already scenting. I could hear my Oyibo neighbor. I could hear my Oyibo neighbor's footstep now. But of course, I will not open my door for her because everywhere is scenting. This combo, you see this combo I'm turning, very delicious. Very, very delicious. You can use it to eat yam, you can use it to eat rice as it is now. So it's already almost done. I'm just going to cover it and allow it to fry for some time. Wow, ta-da! It's ready. So the next thing I'm going to do is to set it aside and go back to our beans. Look at that. Just look at that. Well cooked beans and plantain. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to pour the mixture inside the beans and of course mix it. In fact, if you taste this porridge, you will surely ask for more. So I've added sauce so I can mix all of them the same time. If you notice very well, I like to add salt at the end of my cooking. Like it's the last thing I usually add whenever I'm cooking. So I want to make sure because most of this, like the seasoning cube, most of even the beans and plantain, most of them have the natural salts in them. So I like to make sure that the salt is not too much when I added everything before I add extra salt. Okay, you know, too much salt is not good. So I just want to make sure that I needed that salt. Wow, look at the end products. Just come and have a taste. Get your spoon. Thank you for watching. Bye.